In this video, I want to talk about how we get oxygen right into our bloodstream. So getting oxygen. Now, I talked about, let me talk about alveoli. Okay, these are basically sacs with walls only one cell thick. Okay, so they're very, very, very thin, very delicate structures, alveoli. There's about 500 million of them in your lungs. Okay, there's heaps, plenty of them. And inside these alveoli, oxygen basically moves. So oxygen moves across through thin walls of lung. Oh, sorry, not lung, of your tiny capillaries, right? Capillaries and into your blood. And the pleural alveoli, the plural for alveoli is alveolus. Okay, that's the plural for alveoli. Alveolus. And basically each of these lies close to wall of a capillary. Okay, so let me draw a lung. Okay, the little sacs, the alveoli, the alveolus, I should say, are all along the wall. And these are basically close to the wall of the lung, right? Now, once they get into the blood, right, once the oxygen gets into your blood, okay, it gets carried away by red blood cells. Okay, it's called hemoglobin, a special type of carrier, hemoglobin, red blood cell. And obviously, you need to increase the surface area and volume of your lung as much as possible to get more oxygen carried away, right? Equals more oxygen. Obviously, if you contract your lungs, it's going to be it's going to make it hard for oxygen to go through, right? So allows hemoglobin basically allows more oxygen to be carried into the blood than if it was simply just being dissolved in the blood, oxygen. Okay, and at the same time, okay, dissolved waste. So the dissolved waste in this case is your CO2, carbon dioxide, comes out. That does come out by exhaling. Okay, so via the capillaries, right? The capillaries, carbon dioxide goes into your capillaries, which feeds, go back to here, which feeds into your alveolus. That gets breathed out of your lungs into your lungs. So basically, in a nutshell, the alveolus, sorry, my mistake. Alveoli is the plural of alveolus. So one of them is called alveolus. Sorry about that. So alveoli, I should say here, alveoli helps in gas exchange, and it helps it to occur, right? So that's that. Let me now talk about respiration. We need respiration, all right, to make oxygen, O2. We need it to make oxygen and to remove carbon dioxide, okay, from cells in our body. So here's the word equation for respiration. Okay, it's basically the reverse of photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis occurs when you have sunlight plus water plus carbon dioxide turning into glucose and oxygen. And plants and trees, as you know, help us breathe, right? They provide us with oxygen. So here's the word equation. You have glucose plus oxygen makes carbon dioxide and water. Okay, remember, photosynthesis starts off with these two, end up with these two. In this case, you end up with these two, and you get these two, glucose and oxygen. And energy is released here. Okay, so when you exercise, when I exercise, right, I need glucose from my food, from my protein. I need, obviously, to breathe, I need oxygen. I release energy, and that comes out in the form of carbon dioxide through my exhaling and through water. Water can be in the form of urine, sweat, or the air that I breathe out, right? And respiration, okay, let me talk about the respiratory system. Okay, so here's what it consists of. So it consists of lungs and associated structures. Okay, that's the respiratory system, lungs and associated structures, okay? So you breathe about 12 to 24 times a minute, right? And the rate can vary with age and so on and so forth. Each breath exchanges about 500 mil of air, right? So most of the air, as you know, passes through lungs, through your nose, sorry. Most of air passes through your nose, okay? And it's filled with mucus, right? It's composed of mucus to keep it moist, right? Nasal cavity, as you know. And it produces sticky mucus to help prevent dust particles from being absorbed, inhaled into your lungs. Okay, so all organisms, organism means living thing, all organisms respire, okay, use respiration to release energy to fuel their functions. Okay, we need it to live, we need it to exercise, we need it to sleep, and so on and so forth. The energy released, the energy that's released in the reaction, right? So the energy that's released that allows me to move, to lift things. Energy that's released, captured. Okay, it's captured by an energy-carrying molecule. You don't really need to know what this is, but I'm just showing you out of curiosity. It's an energy-carrying molecule. Energy-carrying molecule called ATP. Okay, this is basically the energy currency in your blood, adenosine triphosphate. And so that is respiration.